Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Wednesday, only here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G on this November 13th, 2024 All Soul 60s show. So thank you for being here. We'll be here from 9 p.m. till about 12 midnight, maybe a little bit longer. We don't do as long as an OT as I do on the Saturday night show. But welcome here on this cool night. It's 42 and clear here in Westchester County, New York. It was cold today. It's supposed to be cool tomorrow too, but maybe in the mid-1950s. But we opened up with a song. I'm sure many of you recognize that tune. A hit instrumental, actually a request for listener MOTOWN, this singer born in Grove Hill, Alabama, but grew up in Mobile, Alabama. He would move to Philadelphia, and his debut release, or I should say his debut single, was recorded at the Virtue Studios in Philadelphia. It came out on a label called JV Records. A song called My Love Is Getting Stronger. It would get picked up by Atlantic Records, and then he would sign with the Filet of Soul record label, and that would be back in 1968, and this was his second of 5, a song called The Horse, charted number 2 on both Billboard and Cashbox, and also the R&B chart. Now, this group included Bobby Tucker, lead guitar, Benny Williams on bass, and Tommy Soul was on the drums, and this was not the intended A-side. The flip side is actually a pretty cool vocal by Cliff Nobles, but this was Cliff Nobles and Company, and there's actually a clip on YouTube. You can check it out on a show called Groovin' from I think 1969, where the announcer introduces Cliff Nobles and this gal by the name of Little Tina, and they're dancing to the song up on, like, you know, those pedestals. But anyway, there you go for MOTOWN, the opener, May 69, Cliff Nobles and Company with an instrumental called The Horse on the Filet of Soul record label. Enough of my babbling here. Let's start her off with the vocal portion, and we open up with this group from Brooklyn, New York, previously recorded as the Cacti's on Fred Kaplan's Cape record label. They would change their name to The Relations, and actually featured their second single on my 50s and early 60s show. Actually, it was a 1960, I think 63 or 64 release, Until We Two Are One, a great ballad on the Cape label. That was for listener Paul Michel. Well, this is one they did on the Demand record label, came out in July of 67, written by Fred Kaplan and arranged by Horace Ott. I saw Horace Ott. I said I got to buy the 45. It features Robert Burton on lead. Let's go to July 67. It's a little bit out of season, but we're going to play it. The Relations on Demand. It's called Back to the Beach.
Yes, summer is here, and it's too hot to dance.
Well, those of you in sunny Florida like Timbo C, and I don't know, I didn't see Lenny in the chat room there. You can go back to the beach, but it's too cold for Johnny G. There you go, the Relations there, July 1967 release. That's Robert Burton on lead. Back to the Beach is the name of the tune. I featured it on the first label, Demand Records. This would also come out on the Davy Jones Presents label, I think later on in 1967. Johnny G is your Wednesday night disc jockey right here on YouTube Live. So thank you all for tuning in. Also, those of you on the Oldies and More stream, thank you for being here. I'll be in that chat room momentarily, but if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as we continue here. Got a duet up next. This duet had 2 releases on the Bell record label. This was their first. They were Prince and Princess. Now, Prince is really Harold T. Thomas, who wrote this tune. He would also record as Prince Harold for the Mercury, Verve, and Spring record labels. Now, I don't know who Princess is, but anyway, it's produced by Larry Fallon and Jimmy Miller. This is their first of 2 on the Bell record label. Let's go to July of 1965 for Prince and Princess. It's called Ready, Steady, Go. Kind of a Latin flavor on that one there. That's July 1965 release there, the first of 2 for Prince and Princess. And Prince, we know, is Harold T. Thomas, who wrote that tune. I don't know who Princess is. Maybe his princess. Ready, Steady, Go is the name of the tune. That's on the Bell record label. That's the Painted On label, the cheaply pressed record there that Bell was so well in knowing there. I hate styrene records. They got to be absolutely mint to play, and maybe they sound okay, but anyway, let us continue here. Let's stay with the duets. This time, this is a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. They are Jackie Wilson and Laverne Baker. Now, Jackie would sign with Brunswick Records back in 1957 when he left the Dominoes. Now, Laverne Baker, she signed in 1965 when she left Atlantic Records. Jackie already established on the Brunswick label. This was Laverne Baker's second single. She had a solo effort before this. I guess the brass said, well, let's match her up with Jackie Wilson. We really can't go wrong, you would think. But this tune, written by Eddie Singleton, who also produced this with Nat Tar and Pull. This charted number 94 on Cashbox, 93 on Billboard, 37 on the R&B chart, and a number 27 on WYLD if you were listening in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is for David Silberg, December 65. Jackie Wilson and Laverne Baker on Brunswick Records. It's called Think Twice. Duets here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's Jackie Wilson and Laverne Baker, December 1965 on the Brunswick record label Think Twice, as requested by David Silberg. Now, all you people in the chat room, you got your minds in the gutter there. They want to hear the flip side of that. And there is actually an X-rated. Listen, it didn't come out on a 45, so I can't play it. But there is an X-rated version of that flip side called Please Don't Hurt Me. I can imagine what that is about. But I don't have it, so I can't feature it. And this is a family show here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures Show. And up next, got another hit here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's see if we get away with the copyright police. They're usually not out in the beginning of the program, those of you tuned in on YouTube. But this is a request for listener George Chestnut. We go to the sound of MOTOWN here. Now, they were the first girl group to have a #1 national hit for Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown Empire. You know the song. It was called Please Mr. Postman. Came out on the Tamla record label. But they had a string of hits for Tamla Records. Early hits by the group featured Gladys Horton, but she would leave the group before the release of this single, which was their 18th release for the Tamla label. Written and produced by Smokey Robinson, it features Wanda Rogers on lead. This charted number 17 on Billboard, number 10 on Cashbox. Number 10 on Cashbox, number 2, and a number 2 record on WBEE in Chicago. And the deep male voice that you hear at the beginning of this tune is none other than Melvin Franklin of The Temptations. So this is going out to George Chestnut, November 67, The Marvelettes on the Tamla label. It's called My Baby Must Be a Magician for George Chestnut.
You are under my power. It is the power of love.
Eyes that hypnotize, and all it takes is just one glance, just one look at him, puts me in a lover's trance. Now listen. No rabbits in his hair, no pigeons up his sleeve, but you better believe when I flew he can do so much. My baby must be a magician, 'cause he sure got the magic touch. Oh, my morale was low, then he appeared just like a genie. His love has the power, he's my private great Houdini. No reading decks of cards, no chords that disappear, no special gifts like Aladdin's lamp and such. But my baby must be a magician, 'cause he sure got the magic touch. Whenever I'm feeling bad, my baby simply kisses me, and then presto, change, alakazam, I'm all right again. Oh yes I am, yes I am all right. No mystic crystal ball, no long black flowing cape, but I can't escape from his tender loving touch. Oh, my baby must be a magician, 'cause he sure got the magic touch. Say my baby must be a magician, 'cause he sure got the magic touch.
There you go. That's by request for George Chestnut, the sound of the Marvelettes. That's Wanda Rogers on lead, November 1967 release on the Tamla label. What did I say that was their, I said that was their 18th release for the Tamla label. Song entitled My Baby Must Be a Magician. That's my aunt's actual original 45 that she bought back in the fall of 1967. And that is a cool tune. Never get tired of that tune. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And I found this one in the box this week, looking for records from the 1960s. Now, he had so many great recordings. This singer-songwriter, pianist from Detroit, Michigan, first recorded back in 1958 for Robert West Kudo record label. He would sign with United Artists, I think in tandem with Berry Gordy Jr. doing a lot of work for United Artists Records at the time, and other labels also, before he had basically his Motown empire kind of took off. But that was back in 1959. He had 19 releases through the year 1964. Let's give a listen to his 14th release, this tune written by Berry Gordy Jr., and the backup vocals provided by the Love Tones. Of course, they would go on to back up, I think, of Mary Wells, too, if I'm not mistaken, and they went over to Motown Records. Now, this did chart. This charted number 30 on WICC in Bridgeport, Connecticut from August 62. The great Marv Johnson. Marv Johnson on United Artists. It's called That's Where I Lost My Baby. Marv Johnson.
With my baby, you got things working.
Now, if I told you that was on the MOTOWN label, would you think it could have been? Because that's definitely a MOTOWN sound. That's what I say, but that's Mr. Marv Johnson, August 1962 release, being backed up with by the Love Tones on that, with those hand clappings. Really, they really knew how to hand clap back in the day. Marv Johnson on United Artists Records with That's Where I Lost My Baby. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. This is the first show of the week. If you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about this program. And if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact to your disc jockey here on Oldies and More Radio, also on YouTube. I will not be on tomorrow. I will be next Thursday with the 78 show, but I'll be back on Saturday night for the 50s and early 60s edition. Let us continue here. And here is a flip side request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. Now, on last week's show, featured this group from San Antonio, Texas, called Sonny and the Sunliners, a song called If I Could See You Now that Adrian requested. He requested the flip side, which is an up-tempo. This is a ballad side. This side featured by the lead singer, Sonny Ozuna. And this was first issued on the Keylock label. I don't have it on Keylock. I have it the re-release that came out on RPR Records, which is out of Hollywood, California. This was number 23 on KPUA in Hilo, Hawaii. Let's go to June of 1969. This is for Adrian, Sonny and the Sunliners. I said Sunglows, but it's Sunliners. Or did I say Sunliners? On RPR, that's how I have it. It's called Should I Take You Home? This is for Adrian.
The moon was shining as we stared at the sky. We were grooving as the time rolled by. We better not stay here alone. It's getting late, I better take you home. Your mama's worried, oh, what will she do? What will she tell me? What will she tell you? Should I take you home? Should I take you home? Should I telephone? Or should I telephone? Should I take you home? Should I take you home? Should I telephone? Or should I telephone? There's no excuse that she would understand. So baby, when I take you home, hold me by the hand. We told your mama that we'd be in by 8. She's probably wondering, oh, why we're late. Should I take you home? Should I take you home? Or should I telephone? Or should I telephone? Should I take you home? Should I telephone? Or should I telephone? Or should I take you home? Should I take you home? Should I take you home? Should I telephone? Or maybe I should telephone. Should I take you home? Should I take you home? Should I telephone? Or should I telephone? Should I take you home? Baby, 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 baby. Or should I telephone?
I think that's a cool record. That's a great two-sided 45. Really, I paid like a quarter for that record. Well worth it, I'd have to say. There you go. That's going out to Adrian in our YouTube chat room. That's June 69 for Sonny and the Sunliners. That's Sonny Ozuna on lead. I have it on the RPR record label. Should I Take You Home is the name of the tune. That originally on the Keylock label. As we continue here for a Wednesday evening, let's continue here. And the sound of Motown returns again here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And you would have never thunk that this singer would have a release on the Motown record label. She is from Detroit, Michigan. She was born May 21st of 1924. Now, this release is from May of 1963. As she first recorded back in 1948, but she continued to record through the late 1950s, which makes this really an odd release for some reason. And her last release, at least prior to this, was October of 59 on the Roulette record label. And she didn't have any other releases until 4 years later on the Motown-related Gordy label. And Berry Gordy Jr. wrote this tune, no less. Produced by Clarence Paul. Her name, Bunny Paul. And yes, Edmund Williams, the same Bunny Paul that sang with the harp tones back in 1953 on the Essex label. But this is on the Gordy label. Another sound of Motown from May 63. Bunny Paul with a song called I'm Hooked.
Yum, yum. Ooh, baby. That's right. That's when your lips touched mine. Ooh, you made me feel so fine. And now I'm hooked. I said I'm hooked. Uh-huh.
That is Bunny Paul, an unusual artist to record for the Motown record label. Although I would say Berry Gordy Jr. did have some older women that recorded for the Motown empire there. I'm trying to think the other one that I did. What's her name? Connie Haynes, I think. I don't think she was a young gal that recorded for Motown. I don't think. Maybe Reed can help me out on that. This one there, May 1963. This would have to be the final release for Bunny Paul. Bunny Paul and some gals. Maybe those are the Love Tones backing her up on the Gordy record label. I'm Hooked is the name of the tune. Hopefully Johnny G getting you hooked here to the Vinyl Treasure Show, our get-together on Wednesday evening here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. So tell your friends about the program. Click the thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing as we continue here. And we go to Memphis, Tennessee with this request for listener Frank Gingaro. This group first recorded for the Satellite record label back in 1959. They were known as the Veltones. That single would get picked up by Mercury Records, which is how I might have that Veltones on Satellite too, but I know I have it on Mercury. Satellite would, of course, become Stax Records, and they had a single on the Stax label too as the Canes with a C. But this was their very last single, which came out on the Goldwax record label. Now, this song is a cover tune. This song first recorded by the Pips. Yes, the same Pips that would back up Gladys Knight, but just the male group. They recorded it for Fury Records back in '62. Let's give this cover a spin, this version requested by Frank Gingaro. We go to January 1966. The Veltones on the Goldwax label, their rendition of the tune, Darling.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Darling, 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 can I try to tell I love you? Don't ever leave me. Our love will make you want to sleep and dream.
January 66 release there for the Veltones. Veltones on the Goldwax record label, song entitled Darling. I've never played that side before. That is a cool side. I mean, I've heard it before, but I've never played it here on the program. That is a great record. Normally play the flip side called I Do. That one there by request for Frank Gingaro. Frank Gingaro, he's one of the co-hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. The Rhythm and Blues Serenade on WRHU FM 88.7 on your dial. Streaming on the web at WRHU.org on Sundays beginning at 3 p.m., 3 to 6. the Rhythm and Blues Serenade, spinning 1950s and early 60s vocal group and R&B records. So if you like tunes like my Saturday night show, tune in to the R&B Serenade this coming Sunday on WRHU for Frank and Gordon. And there you go. We got a couple other requests coming up for Frank. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure. Shows fill a request now for Edmund Williams in our YouTube chat room. This trio from North Edison, is it New York, Charlene? Or no, it's New Jersey. I typed it wrong. North Edison, New Jersey. They included Vendetta, Deanne Jackson, Hattie Ramona Shockley, and her sister Sharon Joyce Shockley. First recording as the Shockley Sisters back in 1960 for the Worldwide record label. Then in 62, they had a release on Symbol, which I have featured here on the 60s show as the Shockettes. And then they would sign with RCA, had 4 releases as this group called the Lollipops. And Edmund requested their second release. This is the plug side, the intended A side. It's arranged by Tico Wilshire. Let's go to July of 1964. These are the Lollipops on RCA for Edmund Williams. It's called Don't Monkey With Me, the Lollipops.
Hear what I say, boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You wanna be my baby, there's gotta be no maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna be my man, there's just one thing you gotta understand. Don't you ever monkey with me. Started and be broken hearted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're only gonna fool me, I won't let you rule me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna be my man, there's just one thing you gotta understand. Don't you ever monkey with me. No, no, no. Don't you ever monkey with me. No, no, no. I've been hurt so many times before. I can't take that kind of heartache anymore. So if you're gonna be my man, there's just one thing you gotta understand. Don't you ever monkey with me.
Yes, Busta, still looking for that ace of spades. I cannot find it. Been going crazy. I don't know where it is. I saw it in the box. I have a white promo on the Backbeat record label. But anyway, there you go. So the question when I saw the title of this record, Don't Monkey With Me. So I thought possibly they were talking about the dance, because there's a dance called the Monkey. But I guess like don't kind of put her off or fool around or whatever. But there you go. That's for Edmund Williams there, July 1964. They're called the Lollipops on the RCA record label, Don't Monkey With Me. Now, Edmund also requested the B side of the 45, so let's give it a whirl here. Let's flip it over here. Byrick's not an instant request. He requested it. Let's flip it over here. This is the B side, which did chart. This side did chart number 33 on KBOX in Dallas, Texas from July 64. This is the second of 4 on RCA for a group called the Lollipops. It's called Love Is the Only Answer. This is for Edmund Williams. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. The Lollipops, as requested by Edmund Williams. They prefer this side. I prefer this side too, which I have featured on the program before. The Lollipops from July 64. Love is the Only Answer is the name of the tune there. Second for RCA. Now in 65, the two sisters in this group, Ramona and Sharon, would record as the Boyd Sisters on Morris Levy's Roulette record label. That's a record I have featured here on the program. Let's continue here. Let's fill a request for Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. This singer from Columbia, Tennessee, his real name is Ray Welton, Baby Ray Edelman, or Edelman, Edelman, Eddlemon, but he recorded as Baby Ray. He had 3 releases for the Imperial record label. Now, Joe requested his first, which was a cover tune and a hit for Big J McNeely back in 1959 on the Swingin' record label, which featured the vocalist Little Sonny Warner. Some of you may also know the version as done by Bobby Marchand in 1960 on the Fire record label. Let's give a listen to this version. It came out in October of 66. This charted number 92 on Cashbox, number 69 on Billboard, a big number 10 record on WHB in Kansas City, Missouri, for Oldies Fan, Baby Ray on Imperial, and his rendition of the tune, There Is Something on Your Mind.
There's something on your mind by the way you look at me. There's something on your mind by the way you look at me. Can what you're thinking bring happiness, or will it bring misery? If you ever think about me, if I ever cross your mind, girl, if you ever think about me, if I ever cross your mind, I know you're mine. You know it's so hard to be in love with someone. It's so hard to be in love with someone and know that that someone loves your best friend. I mean, this puts a heavy burden on your mind. It bugs you the most, to say the least, if not less. And you make it on down to the pawn shop. You pick yourself up a brand new nickel-plated, straight-shooting, high-velocity, long-range BB pistol. Then you make it on back up on the scene where your loved one and your best friend are now together. You look in and see him eat bologna and crackers from your fresh and open pack, and it irritates you so much that you shoot him. You shoot her. And then realizing what you done, you reach down, you pick up your baby in your arms, you say, "Speak to me, baby, what have I done?" She look up at you with tears in her eyes, and in her last dying breath, she say, "Do-do-do-do."
That's definitely a takeoff of the Bobby Marchand version there. That's going out by request for Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan. October 66 release for Baby Ray. Baby Ray, his first of 3 on the Imperial record label. There Is Something on Your Mind. Now, if you have something on your mind, you can email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number for requests. For requests, Bust the Bass, JohnnyRPM at AOL.com. That is the request line as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's do another flip side request, this time for listener Mark Speck. Played this singer from New Orleans, Louisiana. Joseph Daniel White was his real name, but he recorded as Danny White. And I featured his release on Thomas Robinson's Atlas record label, a song called I'm Dedicating My Life. That was actually requested by listener Tommy Albergo, who's tuned into the program tonight. And Mark Speck wants to hear the flip side. And the flip side here, you correct, Charlene? Yes. The flip side here, yes, it wasn't on the last one, but it is on this one. A tune written by Isaac Hayes and David Porter. This is from January 66. By request, instant request from Mark Speck, Danny White. Danny White on the Atlas label. It's called Keep My Woman at Home for Mark Speck. As January 1966 release there for Danny White. That's going out to listener Mark Speck. That's Keep My Woman at Home is the name of the tune that's on the Atlas record label. Barbara does not like to stay home. She does not like that. She likes to be out and about. Anyway, Johnny G is your disc jockey here for a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. And if you like the show, please give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Say hi to all those tuned in on the Oldies and More stream as we continue here. And fill a request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group originally from Norfolk, Virginia, signed with the Minute record label back in 1961. They would have their debut single, which is sort of kind of like a rock and roll anthem, and it became the group's biggest hit, a song called It Will Stand. But after 5 releases for the Minute record label, they ended up on the Philadelphia-based Swan label. Now, Chris requested their second of 3, a tune written by the lead singer, his name Norman Johnson. This is produced by Richard Barrett. This did chart regionally. This charted number 34 on WAAT in Trenton, New Jersey. This is going out to Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room, July 1965, the great sound of the Showmen. The Showmen on the Swan label. It's called Our Love Will Grow. This is for Chris Reed.
Deepest sea, deepest sea, deepest sea. Come here, la la la. Let me tell you something in your ear, la la la. It'll make you feel good. At least I think it should. It's our love is gonna grow higher than the mountain, grow wider than the ocean, grow deeper than the deepest sea. Deepest sea, deepest sea. We'll always be united, no matter how far we're apart, apart. For we were bound together, by two
There you go, by request for listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Showmen. That's their second of 3 on the Swan record label, July 65 release. Our Love Will Grow is the name of the tune. That is a Norman Johnson on lead. We got an instant request for the flip side of this 45 for a Mark Speck in our YouTube chat room. So let's flip over the 45 here real quick. Johnny does it here. This is like real live radio here. And this side also written by the lead singer Norman Johnson by instant request for Mark Speck from July 65. The flip side of Our Love Will Grow by the Showmen. It's called Your Everything for Mark Speck.
Sunshine, you are my rain, you are my happiness, you are my pain. Don't ever leave me. If you would leave me, it would walk away. I'd go insane.
Instant requests here on the All 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, The Showmen. That's the flip side of Our Love Will Grow from July 65, their second release on the Swan label. Your Everything is the name of the tune, requested by Mark Speck. Now, this one also produced by Richard Barrett and Norman Johnson. He would, in 1968, he would move to Detroit, Michigan, where he formed a group called the Chairman of the Board. And in 1970, the group had a monster hit on the Invictus label with the song Give Me Just a Little More Time. He was known as General Norman Johnson then, and he had some other cool tunes on the Invictus label. I think in other labels too, if I'm not mistaken. It was unfortunate that he passed away on October 13th of 2010 at the age of 67 from lung cancer, but we remember him here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's continue here now. Let's fill a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room for the Iceman, as he was sometimes called. First recording as the lead of the Impressions back in 1958, but he went solo in 1959, recording for the VJ subsidiary Falcon/Abner Records. He would move over to the parent VJ Records in 1960, would have 27 releases for VJ Records through the year 1966. Now, David requested his third. It's a song he wrote together with his buddy Curtis Mayfield. This charted number 27 on the Billboard chart, number 21 on Cashbox, number 10 on the R&B chart, and a big number 2 record if you were tuned into WUST in Bethesda, Maryland, from February 61 for David Silberg, the Iceman, Jerry Butler. It's called Find Another Girl.
Find yourself another girl who will love you true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Save her love and kisses just for you. Well, the very first time I fell in love, got my heart broken there. People would say when I passed their way, there's a hurt young man going there, an unhappy lad going there. Well, one day my mother called me to her side. Son, why are you so blue? Mother, I've lost the girl that I love. Why don't you tell me what to do? Mother, won't you tell me what to do? Well, she said, find yourself another girl who will love you true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Ooh, save her love and kisses just for you. I can imagine how you feel, my son, but throw it out of your mind. I'm gonna tell you kind of truthfully, true love is hard to find sometimes. It's kind of hard to find. But forget about that girl that broke your heart and try to start anew. For if there was a guy for her, there's got to be a girl somewhere for you. Got to be a girl somewhere for you. You just go on and find yourself another girl who will love you true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Save all her love for nobody but you. Well, woo, another love. Woo, another love. Woo, another love.
February 61 release there for Jerry Butler by request for David Silberg. His third release on the VJ record label, Find Another Girl, is the name of the tune. David also requested the flip side as well as Bill in our YouTube chat room. So let's flip it over here. As we do the flip sides here. So this is another Butler Mayfield pen tune, the flip side of Find Another Girl, February 61. His third release on VJ, Jerry Butler with When Trouble Calls.
Someday we may have plenty, or maybe nothing at all, but we'll have our love to keep us happy when old man trouble calls, when he calls. Well, someday our friends will laugh at us and make us feel little and small, but we'll have our love to hold our heads up when old man trouble calls. And I know that he'll call. For our love will grow stronger than a chain that will never break apart, and it will last a little bit longer than the beat of our hearts. Someday, when you get a little weary and those tears do the best they can to fall, why don't you think of our love and keep on smiling when old man trouble calls, whenever he calls. And girl, it'll be all right now. Our love will make everything.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for David Silberg, the Iceman there, Jerry Butler. That's the flip side of Find Another Girl, song entitled When Trouble Calls. That one there, February 61 on VJ Records, his third release. As we continue here on the Vinyl, no, I don't have that Mo Groove single, unfortunately not. Sorry, MK. But let's continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Warren Russell for this group called the Nomads. Now, I think this group is really out of Philadelphia, as the lead, I think the lead singer on this is Dorian Burton, who had his own releases back in 1956, solo efforts on President, Neil, Decca, and Todd Records. Then in early 59, I think he recorded with this group called the Nomads. I don't know, because there's another rare record, which might be a California group, but I don't know which one is which. But I think this is the East Coast group. This is not the California group. There's a group called Larry Bodaz and the Nomads that recorded 2 on the Balboa label, but those writers are like the same writers as this Nomads group. So I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. And then there's there's another release on the Josie label that they would get picked up. Their second release on Balboa would get picked up by Josie. So I don't know if they're all the same or not. It's very confusing, this group, but we're going to hear it anyway. This released in February of '63 on the Josie label, but this is definitely the same group that recorded for the Northern and the Arlen record label, both in Philadelphia, because they got the same writers and producers. So that is the same group. But this one is arranged and conducted by Tico Wilshire. So this is going out to Warren Russell, February '63, the Nomads on Josie Records. It's called Tell It Like It Is for Warren.
On the corner block, I called your name, you didn't even stop. If you don't love me, if you don't love me, tell it like it is, tell it like it is, tell it like it is. Give me back I guess you know that this could be the end. If you don't love me, if you don't love me, tell it like it is, tell it like it is, tell it like it is, tell it like it is.
That is a cool 45 there. They like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That's by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. The Nomads from February '63 on Josie Records. Tell It Like It Is the name of the tune. Yes, Timothy, Johnny G always tells it like it is, even if people don't like to hear it. But I do. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go back to Detroit and fill a request for listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. This singer was a close friend of Smokey Robinson. He was able to get him a session in the MOTOWN studio, and his first release came out on the Tamla label in June of '62. I've played it here not too long ago, a song called Same Old Story. Then in '64, they reissued it on the subsidiary VIP record label, a remix version, but Chris Reed requested the flip side, which was again written by Smokey Robinson. We go to October of 1964 for Mickey McCullers. Mickey McCullers on the VIP record label. The song is called Who You Gonna Run To? This is for Chris Reed.
When you're feeling alright, I never see you coming. But when you're hurt, yeah, you always come running. But
Cool tune there. That's by request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat. And that's the sound of Mickey McCullers. Mickey McCullers' October 64 release on the VIP record label, subsidiary of Berry Gordy Jr.'s Motown Records. Who You Gonna Run To is the name of the tune. You're going to come right here to the Vinyl Treasure Show on a Wednesday evening. Hope you're liking these tunes, folks. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the first show of the week here, and it's the Soul Show. So if you like soul music, and yeah, for the most part, Northern Soul, all different types of soul records that I play here on the program, you should tune into the program. Tell your friends about it. A lot of people are finding out about the show as it continues to explode here, and I get there's encore presentation of this show on KKSM 1320 AM out of Palomar College in San Marcos, California. Got to thank Zeb for that. And they had an old one on a Sunday. It's Sunday mornings beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on the East Coast, 6 a.m. out on the West Coast. He puts me on for 3 hours. So he picks the Saturday night show, but he can pick this show too, which he has done. So you can tune into Johnny G on KKSM 1320 AM on your dial out of Palomar College. And it's also on palomar.edu is the website. It's got 2 players there. Sounds pretty good. As soon as I get up, I put it on my phone and I listen to myself on the phone radio. Anyway, let us continue here. And I can't tell you much about this next 45. I have records on this label, Watch Records, which is out of New Orleans, Louisiana. This label owned by Henry Hildebrand and Joe Assunto. But I don't know who this gal is. Her name is Marvell, Marvell. This came out in 1964. It's produced by Joe Assunto, one of the label owners, and the song is called That That Ain't Where It's At. This is a gal by the name of Marvell, Marvell. Here we go.
I don't need a lover who stays out all night long, 'cause if he's old enough to love me, he should know right from wrong. 'Cause when he come home, I tell him to scat. Oh, I would let him know that ain't where it's at. 'Cause if he really
Did she say, I don't want a brat? Sounded like she said that. Johnny G ain't no brat. There you go. Her name is Marvell. Marvell from 1964. Came out on the Watch record label out of New Orleans, Louisiana. That Ain't Where It's At is the name of the tune. Here is where it's at right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for a Wednesday evening. Let's continue here. And this next singer from Tennessee began recording back in 1956. Featured him on the Calvert record label. Actually, I think I played 2 requests on the Saturday night show for David Silberg, who was in our YouTube chat room. His real name, Versi Eugene Allison, but recorded as Gene Allison on a bunch of labels. VJ, Decca, I mentioned Calvert, Champion, and this is actually a late one by him on the Monument record label. It's a song he wrote. Let's go to March of 1965 for Gene Allison. Gene Allison on the Monument record label. His tune is called I Didn't Know Which Way to Turn. Gene Allison.
Sometimes when I'm feeling blue, I close my eyes and I dream of you. In my heart, you made the fire burn, and without you, I would know which way to turn. I would know which way to turn. I'll be your slave till the day I die. Don't ever leave me, it would make me cry. In my heart, you made the fire burn, and without you, I would know which way to turn. I'm a true love who want only your love, and I'm yours, and I'm yours alone. Don't mind wanting your love, don't mind being your love, just as long as I have you for my own. The day I die, don't ever leave me, it would make me cry. In my heart, you made the fire burn, and without you, I would know which way to turn.
There you go, the sound of Gene Allison there. Now, I didn't know he recorded, Warren, I didn't know he recorded for Monument either. It's just that I ran the label. You see, I used to run thousands of record labels, so all the dealers would call me up. They would actually set phone calls up with me. On Sunday was my free time because I was working, I was doing 40 and 60-hour work weeks. When when you're an accountant or you're a controller, that I was, it's, there's a lot of long hours during the, tax season or the closings every month. It was a routine that I was in, but I did it for many, many years. So I said, look, I watch football on Saturdays, so you can, I did watch college football on Saturdays, but they would call me Sunday. That was like my free day. And, I said, call me early. And I'd get calls from a lot of the dealers, and they just would read numbers of labels. So they say, do you need Monument 645, blah, blah, blah. And I would check it off. They'd give me a price. I would hem and haw. And this is without hearing the record either. So this one, what, a couple dollars possibly for the Gene Allison. I said, Gene Allison's worth $2 for sure. And there you go. You just heard it. That's a cool tune. Gene Allison from March 65 on the Monument label. I Don't Know Which Way to Turn is the name of the tune. Let's fill a request for Leonard Mancini in our YouTube chat room. This group from Allentown, Pennsylvania, they had 8 overall releases on the Smash record label. This is one of their later ones. This was their 7th of 8 on the Smash record label. It was arranged by Joe Renzetti. The tune written by Richie Adams. Richie Adams, he was the lead singer of the Fireflies. Mark Barkin and Jerry Ross. Now features the lead of Jay Proctor, and this was the intended B-side of a regional hit for him called Change Your Mind. But this is from March of 1969. This is by request for Leonard Mancini in our YouTube chat room. Jay and the Techniques. Jay and the Techniques on the Smash label. It's called Are You Ready for This? For Leonard Mancini.
Just like a juggler, you keep on tossing my heart around like a little ball. Just like a spider, you keep on spinning your web, and I'm trapped by the hurt of it all. You think that I would walk right out on you after you stepped on my back. You think that I would stop taking the dirt you give a girl. Don't you think that I've tried? But are you ready for this? I gotta go on. Are you ready for this? My love is so strong. Are you ready for this? Woo-hoo, still loving you. Last night I followed you to our old rendezvous, and girl, you weren't alone. I saw him over you like I always do, making himself right at home, kissing the lips that I thought were my own. But are you ready for this? I gotta go on. Are you ready for this? My love is so strong. Are you ready for this? Woo-hoo, I still love you. Surprise you, girl, but deep down inside I know someday you're gonna be mine, oh mine. Cause I'm gonna stick around, letting you put me down. Girl, if you think that I fade out in time, are you ready for this? I gotta go on. Are you ready for this? My love is so strong. Are you ready for this? Woo-hoo, I'm still loving you now. Are you ready for this? I gotta go on. Are you ready for this?
There you go. That's going out to Leonard Mancini in our YouTube chat. And that's the sound of Jay and the Techniques. That's Jay Proctor on lead. March 1969. That's their 7th of 8 on Smash Records. Are you ready for this? Of course, they had a big hit with Apple Peaches Pumpkin Pie. A bunch of hits. Strawberry Shortcake, Keep the Ball Rolling. All great records produced by Jerry Ross and others on the Smash record label. And that was a 10-cent purchase. Yes, it was. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's fill a request for listener Bill Olben, New Jersey. And when Bill requested this, I'm like, do I have this record? I don't know if I do. And just, I'm telling you, like a needle in a haystack, I found this 45. There really is no label on this. It's weird, but the group is called Split Image, and I don't know if I've ever played a record from 1978 before. I think I may have, but it doesn't really have a 1978 sound to it. Now, this group, they are from the Bronx, New York. Now, the members of this group included Arthur Griffin Lewis. Wait. Arthur Cryer, I should say. Arnetta Livingston, William Reed. Now, Arthur Cryer, of course, was a member of the Mellows, Lillian Leach and the Mellows, and a bunch of other groups, a member of the Halos. He's the bass you hear on Curtis Lee's Pretty Little Angel Eyes, and a whole bunch of other groups that he recorded with. But and these are probably other guys in the group. Charlene's got the writers here: Harold Johnson, Buddy McRae, and Carl Spencer. Carl Spencer, also a member of the Halos. And this one, produced by Arthur Cryer, was probably giving these out back in 1978. And the lead on this, though, is Arnetta Livingston, a.k.a. Arnetta Livingston, also recorded as Savannah Smith. She has a song from 1960 on N called Let It Be. I think that's the name of it. But this is from 1978. This is by request for listener Bill Obe. They're called Split Image. Split Image on the... I don't know what label it is on the Split Image label. It's called Fool of the Year for Bill Obe.
Cause
That's from 1978. Didn't sound like a 78 record, did it? That's a Split Image. That's by request for Bill Olbin, New Jersey. Fool of the Year is the name of the tune. Johnny G ain't no fool. You know, Mama didn't raise no fools. You know that song by Billy Joe Royal? Anyway, let's continue here. And I think MOTOWN requested this. I'll see it on here. Charlene, am I missing it on here? But we got Jerry Butler returns here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. And after VJ Records, we heard an A and B side of his third release on the VJ label for David Silberg. This is a request for listener MOTOWN in 66. He signed with Mercury Records, would have 32 releases for Mercury through 1974. This was his 12th release. I think at the time, Kenny Gamble and Leonard Huff, they were writing his songs. They also produced this one. This is this one, I think she means arranged here. This is arranged by Bobby Martin and Tom Bell. This charted number 24 on Billboard, number 3 on the R&B chart, and this was number 1 on a couple of places, I think being WQXI in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's go to May of 69 now for MOTOWN. Let's give a listen to Jerry Butler. Makes his second appearance here on the Vinyl Treasure Show on the Mercury record label. It's called Moody Woman for MOTOWN.
I get the feeling that you really miss me. Girl, I can't stand it when you start acting funny and look at me like I'm bugging you, honey. Oh, moody woman, you change like the weather. Moody woman, but you got it together. Moody, moody, moody woman, I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, variety is the spice of life. Yes, the pain makes the pleasure nice. You make my day when you say you need me, but that's no way to play when you say you're gonna leave me. Moody woman, oh, I love you. Moody woman, I think the world of you. Moody, moody, moody woman, I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, baby, you can be impossible smart. You know you can, girl. But I know you love me. You think the world of me. And you got a great big heart. People tell me that love is blind. Oh, it ain't no love as blind as mine. And though I have to suffer when you're feeling blue, my life would be much tougher if I didn't have you. Oh, Moody, baby, I know all about you. Moody woman, can't live without you. Moody, 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 the woman I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, moody woman, you know I love you. A moody woman, I think the world of you. You've been my whole life. Hey, moody woman, I don't wanna leave you. A moody baby, you know that I need you. Why don't you let me love you, moody woman? I just wanna squeeze you, moody woman. You know that I need you. Now when you say you do.
There you go. That's the sound of lost my place here. Yes, I did. That's the sound of Jerry Butler here. This makes his second appearance here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's his 12th release on the Mercury record label by request for listener MOTOWN, May 1969. Jerry Butler with Moody Woman. Johnny G's your moody disc jockey for a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click that bell to get all notifications when Johnny G goes live, and give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go back to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. Now, this group included Robert Seville, Charles Smith, Robert Sims, and Robert Reed. Collectively, they were known as the Casinos. This is a tune written by Kenny Gamble, who just co-wrote the one we just heard by Jerry Butler, and it's arranged by this label owner. His name is Joe Stevenson. He owned the Del Val label, which was out of Philadelphia. Now, this record charted regionally, charted number 35 on KFOX in Los Angeles, California. We go to July of 1965 by request for listener Warren Russell, the Casinos. The Casinos on Del Val. It's called Everybody Can't Be Pretty. The Casinos for Warren.
Well, everybody can't be pretty. You know somebody just got to be ugly sometime. So if you're ugly, you'd better be satisfied. I'm gonna tell you over and over again. Some people lose and some people win, and that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always gonna be. And that's the way it's gonna be, child. Well, everybody can be rich. You know somebody just got to be poor. I mean, you can't have everything that your neighbor's got next door. I'm gonna tell you over and over again. Some people lose and some people win. And that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always gonna be, and that's the way it's gonna be, child. Hey, baby, well, everybody can be pretty. You know somebody just got to be a somebody. So if you're ugly, you'd better be satisfied. I'm gonna tell you over and over again. Some people lose and some people win, and that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always gonna be, and that's the way it's gonna be, child. And no in between. You might see a plastic surgeon, hey, but that won't do. You might not be a Miss America, baby, but I love it. As long as you got soul.
That group is out of Philadelphia. They're called the Casinos. July 65 release on the Del Val record label. It's called Everybody Can't Be Pretty. That one there requested by Warren Russell in our YouTube chat. Now, Warren also requested the flip side of this as well as Mark Speck in our YouTube chat. So let's flip this 45 over. And this was a record that Greg sold me many, many years ago. Flip the 45 over here. So here we go. This side, written by group member Robert Seville and arranged by Joe Stevenson from July 65 for Warren Russell, also Mark Speck. The flip side of the Casinos, Everybody Can't Be Pretty. This side's called If I Told You, the Casinos.
If I told you that I really love you, baby, I needed you, darling, yeah, most every day, yeah. I wonder if you believe me, or would you just stand, yeah, and run away, baby, 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 baby.
That's by request for Warren Russell. Also for Mark Speck, suggested that side. Actually, that's the side I bought it for. Greg came to the house many years ago. Greg Surik, the late Greg Surik, and he bought a bunch of soul records. He sold me that one there. July 65 release. That's the B-side, The Casinos on Del Val, DEL-VAL. If I Told You, that was the B-side. Warren also requested the A-side, Everybody Can't Be Pretty. No, they can't. The Casinos out of Philadelphia. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Let's continue here. And let's go out to Phoenix, Arizona. This is on the Santa Records. Now, this is an interesting side because the flip side is a garage tune, a rare garage record, but the other side, the ballad side, is actually a cool soul tune. This is the group's lone release. Now, this group included members out. It was a self-contained group. They played all their instruments. Albert Escobedo, he played the guitar. Benny Dimas was on rhythm guitar. Joe Sinez on the keyboards. Arturo Borquez was on the bass. Albert Rodriguez on the drums, and the lead singer on this, his name was Jerry Cruz. Now, this group worked with Wolfman Jack, backing him up on his various oldie shows that he did back in the day, but here's their lone release on the Santa label. This is 1965. They're called the Majestic Five. The Majestic Five on the Santa label. It's called Queen of Fools.
Darling, I'm writing this letter to let you know that I always knew that I was your fool. Even though you led me to believe otherwise, I always did know. And now, by the time you finish this letter, you won't know who was the biggest fool of all.
The things you'd want me to. You wouldn't go by the lover's rules, and that's why you got the title Queen of Fools. I used to worship your command till that day you surprised me with another man. You thought I'd go back to you like a dunce on a stool. Well, I'm sorry, dear, you're a queen of fools. A royal flush was your start. With it you broke my heart. But now 5 faces I've got. If you gave me joy, thanks a lot. I won't cry over you just because I did the things you'd want me to. You wouldn't go
called the Majestic Five. The Majestic Five from 1965. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona, on the Santa, S-A-N-T-A, Santa record label. Queen of Fools is the name of the tune. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's go back to Detroit with the sound of Motown here. And this is actually a B-side. It's the group's sixth release on the Motown record label. I'm talking about Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and lead singer Diana Ross. The A-side of this was a top 20 hit for them. It actually made it up to number 23, called When the Love Light Starts Shining Through His Eyes. But this is the B-side. It's another Holland Dozier Holland Penn tune, and this actually did chart somewhere, was a big number 2 record on WEBB in Baltimore, Maryland. Features Diana Ross on lead. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, October 63, the Supremes on Motown with Standing at the Crossroads of Love. B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, the Supremes, Diana Ross on lead, October 63 release. That's the flip side of When the Love Light Starts Shining Through His Eyes. It's called Standing at the Crossroads of Love. That's their sixth release on the Motown record label. Let's fill a request now for listener Frank Gingaro. This group included Doc Green, Tommy Evans, Johnny Moore, and Charlie Hughes. Collectively, they were known as the Drapers. Now, this is not related to any other Drapers group. They were formed, they were all former members, of the Drifters. Presumably their manager was Lover Patterson. And this is their only release. Came out on George Colner's G record label. This is produced by Richard Barrett. We heard from him earlier with that Showman 45 on Swan. But this is from December of 62 for Frank Gingaro, the Drapers on G Records. The song is called, in parentheses, I Know Your Love Has Gone Away. The Drapers for Frank Gingaro. go, by request for listener Frank Gingaro, the Drapers there from December 62. It's on G Records out of New York City. I Know, in parentheses, Your Love Has Gone Away. That was a record I bought many, many years ago from Joel Scherzer for like $2.13 before that record skyrocketed in price. I don't know what it sells for now, but I know it went up in price. As that was the part, and that was a good thing. When I first started collecting, I was in college. I graduated from Pace University in 1980, CPA prep too, by the way, although I kind of shunned away from being a CPA. I didn't want to do the hours, but I did them anyway. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, let's fill a request for listener Edmund Williams. And he requested the Coasters here. I think it was a couple weeks ago I played another Coasters 45 for him on the Date record label. And this is, they would sign with Date Records in 1967. At this time, the group included Carl Garner, Billy Guy, Earl Carroll, and Will Dub Jones. Now, Edmund requested their third release on the Date label. This tune, written by Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller, first done, really, Charlene? First done by the Monkees in June of 68? Did they do this record first? I don't know about that, because why would Lieber and Stoller write for the Monkees? Maybe they did this on an LP, and because the Coasters did it first. I don't think Lieber and Stoller were writing for the Monkees at the time, but the Monkees did record this. This features Billy Guy on lead with Carl Garner. There you go. July 1968. The Coasters on the Date label for Edmund Williams. It's called D.W. Washburn.
Washburn, I heard a sweet voice say, D.W. Washburn, this is your lucky day. A hot bowl of soup is waiting, a hot bowl of soup and a shave. Whoa, whoa, D.W. Washburn, we pick you to save.
Can't you hear the flugelhorn?
Can't you hear the bell? Even you can be reborn.
You know Emmanuel,
If you don't get out of that gutter before the next big rain.
D.W. Washburn, you're gonna wash right down the drain.
Come on, get up off the street. If you can only make it to your hands and knees, I know you can make it to your feet, oh baby.
D.W. Washburn, I said to myself, D.W. Washburn, why don't they go save somebody else? I got no job to go to, don't work and I don't get paid. I got a bottle of wine, I'm feeling fine, and I believe I got it in me. I'd like to thank all you good people for coming to my aid, but I'm a D.W. Washburn, and I believe I got it in me. D.W. Washburn, I do believe I got it in me. D.W. Washburn.
As July 1968 release for the Coasters, a late one there by request for listener Edmund Williams. The Copyright Police came out on this one. I hope I don't get pinched for this record. I better not, Edmund. The Coasters there. I gotta say, even though the Monkees release came out a month earlier, this had to be the original. Had to get it off of an LP, the Monkees, because the writer, Lieber and Stoller, they also wrote the flip side, which Edmund requested. So, and I prefer the flip side on this record, by the way. So Let's flip the 45 over here by request for Edmund Williams, July 1968. There you go. These are the Coasters. The Coasters. This side features Earl Carroll. Earl Carroll, he was the lead singer of the Cadillacs. He had joined the Coasters at this late date, July 68. The Coasters on the date label, their third release. It's called Everybody's Woman. That's by request for Edmund Williams. A funky sound there, kind of completely different sound than the D.W. Washburn side. July 68 release. The Coasters on the Date record label. That's Earl Carroll on lead for Edmund Williams in Queens, New York. Everybody's Woman is the name of the tune. Let's go to this next. This is a duo from Asheville, North Carolina originally, but then they relocated to Fort Worth, Texas. And they were Charles Pickens and Bill Mills. They recorded as Pick and Bill, and they signed with Major Bill Smith Charre label out of Fort Worth, Texas. They would have 10 releases on the Charre label. This is their third of 10. A tune written by Bobby Shelton, and it's from March of 67. Let's give a listen to Pick and Bill on Charre Records. It's called All I Want Is You. Pick and Bill.
Want to live in Castle Stone. I don't want to be king at all. Kings must die in castles only fall. All I want is you. I don't care so much for one diamond ring, yeah, brand new clothes, and all of those fancy things. Just the love to last my whole life through. Oh, baby, all that I want is you. Oh, you wanna love for a lifetime. Oh, nothing look no better than this. Yeah, just promise your love to me in return, and we'll seal it with the kiss. Oh, yeah. Each planning day, our love will grow. Come what may, the year always will come and go, yeah, now. And I'll be satisfied my whole life through, baby. All that I want is you. I'm gonna love you, baby. All that I want is you. It makes no difference what you might say. All that I want is you. All that I want is you.
As March 67 release there for Pick and Bill. That's Charles Pickens and Bill Mills. They got some really nice records on other labels too, by the way. I've featured them on Smash before. They did 10 on the Charre record label. That's their third. All I Want Is You is the name of the tune. That one actually charted. That charted number 9 on WHYZ in Greenville, South Carolina. Also recorded for Blue Rock and Bandit and Smash. They got some great records. They do. I'm missing some. I don't have them all, but I do have some. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and last week I played a request for Adrian Viterbo. He requested Etta James, a song called Two Sides to Every Story. I think it was Mark Knowles mentioned that he liked this tune. This was her 14th release on the Argo record label. No, I'm sorry. This was her 7th release on the Argo record label. This tune written by Billy Davis. This is from an LP called... what is it called? It's called Second Time Around. Interesting, because she did this record back in the 50s. She did an LP called Second Time Around where I think she covered a bunch of her tunes. I think that's what it is, because I was like, I think she did this in the 50s. Charlene doesn't have it here, but she did. This one here charted number 95 on Billboard, number 13 on KDIA in Oakland, California. This is from October 61, but I think she did this in the 50s on the MOTOWN record label. We're going to send this one out to Mark Knowles in the UK, Etta James on Argo Records, her re-sung version of 7 Day Fool.
And on a Monday, I'm gonna love you. And on a Tuesday, I'm gonna hug you. And on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, gonna love you. I'll work for you, baby, work my hand to the bone. Care for you, baby, till the cows come home.
As going out to Mark Knowles in the UK. I could have swore, you sure this isn't on the MOTOWN label? That she did this prior to this? I thought she did. I thought this was like another release. Johnny G might be going out of his mind. October 61, Etta James there for Mark on the Argo label. 7 Day Fool is the name of the tune. Once the copyright police come out, they are out for the duration for every record that gets nabbed. They might not shut me down, but they're letting me know. But let's continue here. Let's fill a request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. This singer from Lugoff, South Carolina, began recording back in 1953 for the OK record label. But for the majority of his career, he recorded for the Mercury record label, had a number of national hits for Mercury Records. His biggest hit, I think, was a song called The Boll Weevil Song. That was back in 1961. But this is his 31st release for the Mercury record label. This tune written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David, produced by Shelby Singleton. Now this is motion picture music. I didn't see this movie. Maybe David, you saw the movie. There was a movie out with the same title of this song. And this is from July of 64. This charted number 75 on Billboard, was number 6 on the R&B chart. Mr. Brooke Benton on the Mercury label, and also the theme from a movie of the same title from July 64. It's called A House Is Not a Home. This is for David Silberg.
A chair is still a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. But a chair is not a house, and a house is not a home when there's no one there to hold you tight, and no one there you can kiss goodnight. A room is still a room, even when there's nothing there but gloom. But a room is not a house, and a house is not a home when the two of us are far apart, and one of us has a broken heart. Now and then I call your name, and suddenly your face appears. But it's just a crazy game. When it ends in tears. Darling, have a heart. Don't let one mistake keep us apart. I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stairs and turn the key, oh please be there, still in love with me. I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stairs and turn the key, oh please be there, still in love with me.
There you go. That's going out to David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Brooke Benton. So many great records on the Mercury label and other labels, Cotillion. I think Busta Bass was talking about that. Other releases he had. A Rainy Night in Georgia, I think, was a big hit for him. That one there, July 64, A House Is Not a Home. The theme song to the movie called A House Is Not a Home. That's on the Mercury record label. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show with a request for George Chestnut. This is the biggest hit for this group from, I don't know, where were they from? Brooklyn, New York, I think? I don't know. Brooklyn or the Bronx. This was their second of 5 on the Dimension record label, written and produced by Carole King and Jerry Goffin. This did well for them. Number 7 on Billboard, number 3 on the R&B chart, and number 2 on WSPR in Springfield, Illinois. It features Dorothy Jones on lead. Let's hope Johnny G doesn't get pinched with this 45 from February 63 for George Chestnut, The Sound of the Cookies. The Cookies on Dimension. It's called Don't Say Nothing Bad, parentheses, About My Baby. Hits, especially from the 1960s, so I'm pushing my luck here. February 63 release. Those are the Cookies. That's Dorothy Jones on lead, their second of 5 on the Dimension record label. Don't Say Nothing Bad, parentheses, About My Baby is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. I hope you're digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. So we're also live on Oldies and More Radio Network here, streaming. And let's fill a request for Chris Reed. Now, this record is, some people didn't take good care of their 45s. My aunt was one of them. She never sleeved her records. I always did. Well, maybe not in the beginning, but because I followed her. But I figured it out real quick. But this record, it's not so bad, I will say. But I'm telling you, I had to take the I had to take the soft toothbrush, or no, medium toothbrush, to the grooves with Dawn dishwashing liquid. It does a great job, by the way. Then I put it through my spin clean. But this is a request for Chris Reed, this singer from Layton, Alabama, a cousin to Percy Sledge, first recorded back in '62 for the Guidon record label. His signature song was on the Fame label from '64 called Steal Away. But Chris requested this release on the Atlantic label from November of '67. It's a song he wrote, produced by Rick Hall. This charted number 43 on the R&B chart. This was a big number 10 record on WAWA if you were listening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. For Chris Reed, here is Jimmy Hughes. Jimmy Hughes on Atlantic Records from November '67. It's called It Ain't What You Got, for Chris Reed. Go. That's a cool tune there. But it didn't play so bad. There's some pops in there and whatnot. I have to look for a better copy. November '67 release there, Mr. Jimmy Hughes. That's by request for Chris Reed. That's on the Atlantic record label. It Ain't What You Got is the name of the tune. Well, Johnny G's got all these 45s here for a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. If you have a request for the Soul Show or any show that I do the 78 show on Thursdays. I will not be on tomorrow. That's every other week. And then I'll be back Saturday night for 1950s and early 60s. I play those records by year so you can hear how the music progressed from the 50s into the early 1960s. But we're doing all 60s here tonight. And the Marvelettes return here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. I heard them earlier with a request for, I think it was George Chestnut. And actually last week, he also requested the Marvelettes with That's How Heartaches Are Made. That was their 22nd release. But let's give a listen to the B-side of one of their, to their 11th release. The A-side was called Too Many Fish in the Sea. But this is the B-side. Now, this features the first lead of the group, Gladys Horton. She is on lead from October 1964, the Marvelettes on the Tamla label. It's called A Need for Love. October 64 release there, the Marvelettes. That's the B-side to Too Many Fish in the Sea, a song entitled A Need for Love. It's on Berry Gordy Jr.'s Tamla record label. That's Gladys Horton. She's the original lead of the Marvelettes. Let's continue here, and we are go to 1966. Fill a request for James Brown. I think, James, you mentioned in the chat room that you wanted to hear a song by Major Lance. I picked two out for you. I hope you like these tunes. Major Lance, born in Winterville, Mississippi, but raised in Chicago. First recorded for the Mercury label back in 1959. Then he signed with OK Records in 1962, had 18 releases on the OK label between 62 and 68. I picked his 14th here. This one bubbled under at number 132 for 2 weeks, but was a number 32 record on KYOC, if you were listening in Houston, Texas, from June 66. Send this one out to listener James Brown. This is Major Lance. Major Lance. Wait, I messed up here. Major Lance, it's not his, no, I messed up. Charlene's got these backwards. So this is his 12th release. I'm sorry, folks, we're going to play the other one after this. This is his 12th release on the OK record label. This one charted number 93 on Billboard, number 80 on Cashbox, and 32 on the R&B chart, and was number 9 on KPRS in Kansas City, Missouri. This song, written by Gerald Sims, who also produced it, from August 65. Major Lance on OK, going out to James Brown. It's called Too Hot to Hold. We'll send that one out to James Brown in our YouTube chat. Also, Avatar's Favorite there by Major Lance. Favorite song from August 65, Too Hot to Hold is the name of the tune. That was his 12th on the OK record label. I'm going to do a twin spin for James Brown. Let's move up to June of 66 for his 14th. Now, this one bubbled under at number 132 for a couple weeks, but was number 32 on KYOC out of Houston, Texas. So we got a twin spin for James Brown by Major Lance. June 66, Major Lance with his tune called Investigate. There's a twin spin there with Mr. Major Lance. Oh, that was there from June of 66. Investigate is the name of the tune. That's Major Lance on the OK record label. Both those going out to James Brown. We'll send that one out to also to Mark Knowles in the UK. Now, he would also manage his own label back in 1975, Osiris Records. I don't know how many he has on Osiris. I think I have one of those. And he went to jail for, I think, a drug I don't know if he was selling drugs or drug possession or whatever, but he did do time for that. And I forget how he passed away. But when I worked for Sony Music, I was able to get all his... They put out some compilation LPs by him on CD. And he used to let me order 6 CDs a month. And I was a contractor working for Sony Music at the time. I was in their digital downloading department. And they didn't know jack squat about it at the time. This was back in, 1995, I think. Yeah, 1995. But anyway, as I digress, let's continue here. Let's fill a request for Leonard Mancini as we stay in Chicago. This gal was a member of the Blossoms in 1964, and she was a member of the Blossoms. She had 3 solo releases on the Hanna-Barbera record label. Hanna-Barbera, of course, had all those Saturday morning shows for the kids, those cartoons. Remember those cartoons that used to be on Saturday morning? You used to sit down and watch. I mean, was Space Ghost I used to like. Was Johnny Quest a Hanna-Barbera thing? I don't know, but I used to watch that. But this is her first that Leonard requested, a tune written by Perry Botkins Jr. and Gil Garfield. Produced by Stan Farber, arranged by Ernie Freeman. Ernie Freeman, of course, from the 1950s, had the Ernie Freeman Orchestra, did a lot of stuff back in the 50s. But this is from July 66. Let's give a listen to Gene King. Gene King on HBR for Leonard Mancini. It's called Don't Say Goodbye.
I am so much in love with you, but now you say that we're through. Don't say goodbye. I'm afraid I might lie down and die. You took all of my love from me, and now you want to be free. Don't say goodbye. I'm afraid I might cry when I try not to make a scene, even though it's mean, hurting me so more than you'll ever know. It's not fair. Don't you Don't you know it would break my heart to try and make a new start? Don't say goodbye. Tell me it's all a lie, and you try not to break my heart. Say we'll never part, or let's start again. Darling, don't let it end. We can try. Don't say goodbye. Oh no. Don't say goodbye. Don't say goodbye.
That's Ms. Gene King. Gene King going out to Leonard Mancini in our YouTube chat room, July 66. On the HBR label, that's Hanna-Barbera Records. Don't Say Goodbye is the name of the tune. Johnny G's going to do a little bit of overtime here as we continue here. Let's fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro. This singer sang lead for the Dominoes back in the early 1950s, but he left the Dominoes in 53 to form the Drifters and remained with the Drifters till July 1955 when he went solo and had most of his success on the Atlantic record label with his solo releases. But he had one major hit when he signed with Mercury Records. I think it was called Lover Please, but he had success, most success on Atlantic. But he signed with Amy Records to have 5 releases on the label. Now, Frank requested his third, this tune written by Terry Thompson, produced by Rick Hall and Bob Montgomery. Now, this song was first recorded back in 1961 by Arthur Alexander. I think he did it on the Dot record label. But let's give a listen to this version from November 66 by request for Frank Chingaro. Clyde McPhatter. Clyde McPhatter on the Amy label. It's called A Shot of Rhythm and Blues for Frank.
When the band starts sit down and you feel like you gotta move around.
You need a shot of rhythm and blues.
With just a little bit of soul on the side, just for good measure.
You need a pair of dancing shoes.
With your lover by your side, then you know you're gonna have a lot of pleasure. Don't you worry about a thing. You start to dance and sway, and chill bumps come up on you. And when that rhythm finally gets you, and the beat gets you too, well, here's the thing for you to do.
Get a shot of rhythm and blues.
With just a little bit of soul on the side, just for good measure.
Get a pair of dancing shoes.
With your lover by your side, then you know you're gonna have a lot of pleasure. Don't you worry about a thing. You start to dance and sing, and chill bumps come up on you. And when that rhythm finally gets you, and the beat gets you too, well, here's the thing for you to do. Go and get yourself.
Get a shot of rhythm and blues.
You'll feel so good.
Get a pair of dancing shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Get a shot of rhythm and blues.
I know you like.
Get a pair of dancing shoes.
Try.
Get a shot of rhythm and blues.
Try.
Pair of dancing shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Get a shot of rhythm and
Yeah, that's going out to listener Frank Gingaro, The Sound of Clyde McPhatter, November 66. It's on the Amy record label. His rendition of the tune A Shot of Rhythm and Blues is the name of the tune. That's his third of 5 for the Amy record label. There you go. Styrene didn't play so bad, but my mother was helping me look for that 45 late last night, and I found it up here in my mess. Let's continue here. Let's go back to Philadelphia now for this gal. Her name is Jeannie Jordan. This appears to be her only release, a tune written and produced by the writing team of Feldman, Goldstein, and Gotterer. And this is arranged by Matt Maurer, M-A-U-R-E-R. I messed that up. This is October 1962, Jeannie Jordan. On Jamie Records, it's called If You Believe Them, Baby. That's in parentheses. We're Through. Jeannie Jordan.
They say I'm unfaithful. They say I'm not true. They say I've been cheating on you. Well, if you believe them, oh, if you believe them, then baby we're through. They say I've been running around. They say that they see me in a bad part of town. Well, if you believe them, oh, if you believe them, then baby we're through. I've been true, faithful to you. I'm not singing that same old song. If you don't believe me, believe what you want. But Lord, I've never done you wrong. They say I'm unfaithful. They say I'm not true. They say I've been cheating on you.
October 62 release there for Jeannie Jordan. Jeannie Jordan, an unusual record, or one time, well, I collect the Jamie labels, so I was like, is this a good record? Sounded pretty good. Jeannie Jordan on the Jamie record label. If You Believe Them, Baby, we're through. We're not through yet. Let's do a little bit of overtime here. Let's fill a request for listener Chris Reed. He'll tune back in on the archive. We go back to Detroit. Been playing lots of Motown tonight, as the copyright police have been on my tail. And this singer, first recording back in 1958, he was the lead singer of a group called the Tabs, recorded for the NASCO record label. Now, that group, the Tabs, were playing the Duchess Club in Detroit when Clarence Paul heard them sing and liked the lead singer. So he had the lead singer audition for Berry Gordy Jr. The result was one single on the Gordy label, and this is a Holland Dozier Holland Penn tune. This was first done by Eddie Holland back in 1963 on the Motown record label. Let's give a listen to this cover as done by Tommy Good. Tommy Good from July 64 on the Gordy label. The song is called Leaving Here for Chris Reed.
Catching trains, cars and planes, they're leaving here, two by two, leaving here. Oh, you fellas better change your ways, they'll be leaving this town in a matter of days. Girls say you better treat them too, we fellas run around with someone new. Yeah, they're getting tired of us, sick and tired, they're leaving here, two by two, four by four, oh yeah, leaving here, getting out of town. Love of a woman is a wonderful thing, but the way we treat them is a crying shame. One day, and it won't be long, all the fine chicks will be gone. Yeah, they're getting tired of us, sick and tired, they're leaving here, getting out of town, two by two, four by four, oh yeah, leaving here. Yeah, they're catching trains, cars and planes, they're leaving here, two by two, four by four, oh yeah, leaving here, leaving here.
There you go. That's going out to Chris Reed, who left. He's got to go to work tomorrow. But Johnny G's continuing to spin here at a little bit of overtime, July 64. That's Tommy Good. Tommy Good on the Gordy record label. Leaving Here is the name of the tune. Now, in 66, Tommy Good would become the lead singer of a group called Inner Circle that recorded for the Impact record label. But when I did buy this 45, I spent $5 on this record. I bought it for the flip side. So this is Johnny G's request. Now, I could make requests, can I? So we're going to flip it over. And I bought it for this side. Tommy Good from July 64, the flip side of Leaving Here. The song is called Baby, I Miss You.
How my heart does yearn. Won't you please return, 'cause I miss you. My baby said she was gone away. She said tomorrow she'd be on her way. Promise me that she won't be long. Stay for a moment and she come right home. I thought about it all night long. My heart started aching before you gone. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. And I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. She's got some folks down in New Orleans, some people there that she's never seen. Said she'd be just a little while. Gave me a great big kiss and a goodbye smile. When I heard the words goodbye, my eyes clouded up and I had to cry. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Girl, and I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. How my heart does yearn. Won't you please return, 'cause I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Yeah, yeah. I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. I told myself, hey, it's alright. You miss a loving for just one night. Tommy, you can take it, I know you can. Just stand up like a natural man. But when I heard her slam the door, I knew right then I couldn't take it no more. And I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Girl, and I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. I'm gonna miss all your loving. Oh, yeah. And I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you. Baby, I miss you. Yeah, yeah. All your loving. Oh, yeah. And I want you to know before you go, baby, I miss you.
There you go. We'll send it out to Daryl Letts there. The sound of Tommy Good. That's the flip side of Leaving Here. Song entitled Baby, I Miss You. The great Motown sound from July 64 on the Gordy record label. And similar to discovering, Clarence Paul discovering Tommy Good, Clarence Paul also discovered this gal from Shelby, Mississippi. It's a request for listener David Silberg. She started singing gospel music and then was discovered by Motown producer Clarence Paul. This tune written and produced by Berry Gordy Jr. This one from October 1962. Let's give a listen to Hattie Littles, Hattie, Hattie Littles. This is going out to David Silberg in our YouTube chat room as we do a twin spin on the Gordy label. It's called Your Love is Wonderful. This is for David Silberg.
Your love is so wonderful. Your love, yeah, 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 so wonderful. Oh, darling, it's so true. I can feel it when we
me, baby, because I want no one but you. And when you kiss me, baby, you just make me know you are more and more wonderful. Don't ever leave me, 'cause every day without you is eternity. Oh yeah.
As by request for David Silberg, that's Hattie Littles. It sounds like the Temptations might have been backing her up on that. It sounds like the bass of Melvin Franklin there. October 1962. It's on the Gordy record label. That's a triple spin with the two by Tommy Good. This one, Hattie Littles, Your Love is Wonderful is the name of the tune. We'll do a couple more here for here in overtime on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let's go to Philadelphia now. Fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo. He's in our YouTube. He's listening down in Mexico. This singer, his real name Robert Murphy. He also recorded under different names, Bobby Wells on this one. But after his first release, his debut single on the Lawn record label, a hard record to find, which I do have, as Bob Murphy, he signed with Mercury Records for this release. It's arranged by Johnny Madera and David White, and it's basically an answer song to Mary Wells' My Guy. So this is from May of 64. Let's give a listen to Bobby Wells, a.k.a. Bob Murphy, on the Mercury record label. This going out to Adrian Viterbo, the answer to Mary Wells' My Guy. It's called Your Guy for Adrian.
Something to say that would tear you away from your guy. I'll loosen up the glue and disassociate you from your guy. I'll take your stamp right from his letter, 'cause on mine it will stick better. And girl, maybe then you'll see that I was meant to be your guy. One thing I can do to make you untrue to your guy. Your guy. I'll simply tell the truth and show you the proof that your guy has intentionally broken his word of honor. Someone's got to tell you, and I'm gonna. So girl, you best believe it's true. He's been deceiving you, your guy. It's a matter of opinion what you should say. My opinion is turnabout's fair play. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. Why don't you plan to cut him loose? This well-built man will take your hand from your guy. Your guy. This likable face will take the place of your guy. Your guy. I may not be a leading man as to making you happy. I'm the man today, and I'll take you away from your guy. This well-built man will today, and I'll take you away from your guy. I'm the man today, and I'll take you away from your guy. I'm the man today, and I'll take you away from your guy.
Answer tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to Adrian Viterbo, May 64. Bobby Wells. Bobby Wells on the Mercury record label, Your Guy, the answer to Mary Wells' tune, My Guy. He would have later releases in the mid to late 60s on the Romer record label. I have featured them here on the 60s show. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here on the All 60s edition. Let's go to Hartford, Connecticut for this next singer. First recording back in 1960 for the Top Rank record label, but then he signed with Cap Records, had 8 releases on the Cap record label. This is his 5th, a tune produced by Bob Johnson. Let's see here. It's directed by Belford Hicks. I see that name a lot on a lot of my records. But let's go to February of 52. Jerry Jackson has some really nice records on the Cap label. I think this one's good too. Jerry Jackson from February 62 on the Cap label. It's called You Don't Wanna Hurt Me. Jerry Jackson.
I can see the change in you, though you say it isn't true. The way you look at me, you're saying set me free, and I know you don't love me anymore, but you don't wanna hurt me. You're in love with someone new, and there's nothing I can do but let you say goodbye. And even though I cry, I know you're not the kind who runs around, and you don't wanna hurt me. But don't feel bad if you see me cry. I love you though we're apart. I'll be standing by just in case it breaks your heart. I hope you find true happiness. It might be there in his caress. There's nothing more to say, just turn and walk away. And I know with every tear that's gonna fall that you don't wanna hurt me. You don't wanna hurt me. I've got a feeling that I know with every tear that's gonna fall.
There you go. That's the scent. Whoops. I think that record's going to stop by itself. There you go. That's the sound of Jerry Jackson. That's his 5th of 8 on the Cap record label from February 62. Jerry Jackson with You Don't Wanna Hurt Johnny G. No, you don't want to hurt me. Anyway, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool Soul 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with your disc jockey, you can send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number for your requests or anything else you'd like to talk about. Lots of the listeners, thank you for your emails. Get lots of emails from the listeners. That's what disc jockeys like to get. So thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. This is the All 60s show. We do it from 9 to midnight every Wednesday right here on YouTube, also live on Oldies and More Radio. And I'll be back next Wednesday. No show tomorrow afternoon. I'll be back on the 21st. I think I have the promo up there for the 78 show. But I'll be back on Saturday working on those requests for the Saturday night show, 1950s and early 60s records played chronologically. So if you like the sound of the 50s and early 60s, and I play it by years, so if you don't dig that early stuff, then you can come in, maybe the later stuff, you come in midway through the show and whatnot, so you can do that. This soul show, though, but I play it, as I find it, as you request it. So thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Charlene, again, for all your help. Charlene is my administrative assistant. She helps me put together the program on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. And we're going to close the show tonight with a 45 that my aunt purchased. She bought this record back in March of 1965. This gal, born in Salem, Michigan, but raised in South Lyon, Michigan, wherever that is. She was discovered by a disc jockey, Ollie McLaughlin, who Ollie would release her first single on his Karen record label in April of 1962. It's a song she wrote. It was called My Heart Went Doo-Da-Da-Da, which I have, and the record started taking off, and it would get picked up by Atlantic Records, and that would be her first release on the Atlantic label. She would end up having 17 releases for Atlantic Records between 62 and 69. And her biggest hit was her third release, another record my aunt bought, Hello Stranger. That was her biggest hit. And this is her second biggest hit, her eighth release on the Atlantic label. A tune written by Van McCoy. We like Van McCoy here on the Soul Show, and arranged by Bert Burns. This charted number 11 on Billboard, number 10 on Cashbox, a big number one record on the R&B chart. We're closing with a hit tonight. Johnny G pushing the cart tonight. Our closer tonight from March 65, Miss Barbara Lewis on the Atlantic record label. I know my mother likes this tune. It's called Baby, I'm Yours. Johnny G is yours every Wednesday night. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the tunes. I'll see you, some of you, on Saturday night for the 50s and early 60s edition of the Vinyl Treasure Show. Remember, if this show is not available on the archive because of the copyright issues, I will post the link to the MP3 on my website, vinyltreasures.net. Time to go, folks. Everybody, see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Barbara Lewis.
Baby, I'm yours. Baby, I'm yours. And I'll be yours until the stars fall from the sky. Yours until the rivers all run dry. In other words, until I die. Baby, I'm yours. Baby, I'm yours. And I'll be yours until the sun no longer shines. Yours until the poets run out of rhyme. In other words, until the end of time. I'm gonna stay right here by your side. Do my best to keep you satisfied. Nothing in the world can drive me away. 'Cause every day you hear me say, baby, I'm yours. Baby, I'm yours. And I'll be yours until 2 and 2 is 3. Yours until the mountain crumbles to the sea. In other words, until eternity, baby.